G'day guys, Aaron from UAVISUALS. We are back again with another video. This one I'm very excited about. We're in the southwest region here of Western Australia on a wheat and sheep farm, a beautiful part of the world. I actually used to grow up around here, so being back is amazing. We're doing some really cool stuff with drone tech, hardware and software. So behind me is a sample area we're going to be surveying, looking for weeds. Drone is basically going to go up in a survey mission, map a 20 hectare area, import that data into a piece of software to isolate these weeds, generate a report. After that, we're going to export out a file that goes into the sprayers. Now, the sprayers also have some crazy technology on board that's able to then isolate these weeds very, very precisely. So I'll take you through this whole workflow and process. The farm is actually hosting a bit of a demonstration day today, so come along for that. Let's get into it.
Starting task.
Had a minor scare there with the local wedge-tail eagle. Very, very dangerous creatures if you're flying drones in country Australia. So I'm just going to recap of what's happened. This is the first run that we're doing, and we're flying at 1 GSD. Now, 1 GSD is the ground sampling distance, and with the P1 and the 35mm, you're looking at 80 meters above the ground. So first we're going to do this run with 1 GSD. The second run, we're going to drop the altitude down to about 60 meters, which is about 0.7 centimeters GSD. So the GSD is a lot lower, which means hopefully the resolution, we can pick up details a lot better. Because what we're looking for is weeds the size of my hands. Now the weeds are green, crops are brown, but what we want to do is to really pick up this green in the report or in the software. And also if we just export out a high-res map, high-res image, then we can kind of isolate those. If they want to do it manually, then that's an option. So that's what we're doing today. We'll be testing the different GSDs. I've also got the Mavic Enterprise, the Mavic 3, which I'll throw up anyway. Let's just see what the results are and we can compare it. And then also on the new paddock, which I've just been alerted that there's lots of weeds in this paddock. So we're going to head out there and do the same mission, heights and altitudes and tests for the new map. So we'll see how we go. Alright guys, this is Lut from BBLeap, and I was mentioned before some really cool technology that these guys have kind of come up with over the years, utilizing the drone tech and then into the sprayer. But I'll let you explain a little bit about what you guys do.
Today we're going to do like a green and brown application, for which we need to have like high resolution data. So that's why we flew with the drone and that we mapped the paddocks. And what we have done, then we have processed that drone data into a prescription file, which we have been uploading into LeapSpace, which is our cloud. And then we can assign it to our sprayers, to our machines. Then we can just execute it. That is what we have developed a solution for. But I think it's also important to mention that in order to get there, you first need to get the basics right. So in principle, our LeapBox system, which we can put on any sprayer brand, it controls each individual nozzle in a very fast way. So we have always the right droplet size, the right rate and distribution in any circumstances.
So what we're gonna do is I want to validate this this weed map. This is the report that StevTech has exported out. Now, as you can see here, area size is 31 hectares. The spray area gives you a spray area report and potential savings down here. So instead of spraying the whole field for weeds, the technology is to isolate the weeds, get the sprayer out there and just spot spot spray these. But what I'm going to do now is, because I'm back in the field, that's the paddock there, I'm going to walk out there, and I think the entrance is here. So I've parked around here. I'm going to walk to the entrance and just see if these weeds are all correct. All right, so we're in the field and I'm just trying to validate the data from the weed report. It's pretty difficult to do. But basically, I've got the Mini up in the air, giving me a bird's eye view of where I am, and then I've got the weed report here as well. So I'm literally just trying to walk around the paddock and try and get to these spots to see if I can identify these weeds. A couple of false positives and a couple of false negatives. So I believe a false negative is just when there is just nothing on there's no green weeds, but it might have picked up like a bit of dirt in the paddock, or an old dead weed. But then there's also some other spots that has picked up the green on brown, which is awesome. So there's an interesting spot here in the results. I'm not sure if you can see that down there where the fence line is. There's a whole bunch of green, which indicates there's a lot of weeds, but that's, I guess, just the software picking up the green grass. So that's that patch there. Yay! Rightio. So we just finished the doing the validation of the drone data. It's really good, actually. So the majority of the weeds have been picked up on the report, which is enough for the sprayer to go out and isolate those weeds. What will be interesting to do is another test during green on green season, where you're looking at green weeds on green land, or amongst grass. So that is a little bit more complex. Next process is getting that data into the sprayer and then heading out there to start the spraying. So yeah, keen to see that. Let's go.
So my background's Calibre spraying. We do retrofits to SP boom sprays, and we also produce wrought oak machines towed from the ground up. And one of our partners is BBLeap, which doing individual nozzle control with PWM. And the exciting thing for us with that, and also with Weed It, is that we can do prescription mapping. So prescription mapping for doing biomass maps for nitrogen and fungicide applications, and also down to a green on green and green on brown sort of idea. So
yeah. And how precise are we talking about? Like if we're looking at, let's say, I don't know, a weed yay big?
Yeah, 25 by 25 centimetres.
Okay,
Yeah.
And that's the tractor isolating it, spraying it,
That's correct.
and moving it off.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep. So having nozzles spaced at 10 inches or 25 centimetres, and then being able to spray in that actual zone.
Yeah.
So it's splitting that 1 hectare up into so many pieces of 25 by 25 centimetres.
All right, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope that has really helped you guys get a better understanding for this particular workflow and process in regards to weed mapping. I know it's really helped me and opened my eyes. It's just really good for me also to see the end-to-end process, from the data capturing, processing, and then out in the field, actually getting the stuff done and spraying the weeds. So yeah, it's been a really, really interesting project. I hope you guys got a lot out of it, as much as I did. I still also think there's a lot of improvements. There's still a lot of steps from the capture to the output that could probably do with a little bit of more efficiencies, I guess. But then again, the technology is still really, really new, and I think we're still at that infancy stage. Watch this space. I think this time next year, if I make another video like this, there's going to be a whole different, a lot of different changes. I think the tech will really move in leaps and bounds, and we'll just find that it'll just be a far quicker, efficient process. Who knows, might even be a smaller, stronger drone out there that can capture more acres at high res, and also the processing part as well. Potentially less overlap. But yeah, let's just see. If there's any new technology that you're aware of, drop it in the comments below. Love to hear about it. See you guys in the next one. Been bitten by ants. Time to go.